I have to admit, I think that they're right half the time. I am a little bit nuts doing the things that we do to find the right cars or get the cars, but I can't help myself. And if you don't lay it out there, it's a no anyway.
Welcome back to Hollywood Bulletin. Today, we are diving deep into the wild, dramatic, and emotional ride behind one of the most unforgettable reality shows on television, Counting Cars, a show that didn't just restore cars, but restored dreams. A show that made us believe that a pile of rust could turn into a masterpiece. But have you ever wondered what really happened to the team that made it all possible? Why some faces suddenly vanished from our screens without warning? And why the shop's most talented members had to make heartbreaking choices that changed their lives forever? Stay with me till the end, because what you're about to hear will shock you, inspire you, and maybe even bring a tear to your eye. It all starts with Horny Mike, a man whose creativity knew no limits. He could take a plain car and turn it into a jaw-dropping work of art. Sometimes his ideas were so big and so bold that not everyone understood them. Some thought he went too far, but Mike's energy was infectious. He made you laugh. He made you feel like it was okay to be different. Then, in 2021, his time on the show came to an end. He walked away from the cameras to live life on his own terms, proving that the ones who stand out are the ones we remember forever. Next came Scott Jones, the quiet but brilliant manager who made sure the shop stayed on budget and on track. He wasn't flashy, but he was reliable, a rock for the team. Yet the pressure of TV and the constant demands wore him down. After just 3 seasons, Scott slipped away from the spotlight, leaving fans to remember him as the man who kept things together when chaos was everywhere. And then there was Kevin Mack, Danny Coker's cousin, the man who kept the engine of Count's Kustoms running smoothly while Danny chased his big dreams. Kevin was the problem solver, the peacemaker. But in 2020, tragedy struck. A sudden stroke changed everything, forcing him into a long recovery and away from the work he loved. His absence was deeply felt, reminding us that sometimes the strongest support comes from those working quietly in the background. Ryan Evans, the master painter with the long ponytail, was another fan favorite. Every stunning paint job that rolled out of the shop had Ryan's magic touch. But years of deadlines, health struggles, and the pressure to always create perfection drained him, slowly pulling him away from the screen. His legacy remains in every car he transformed, proof that passion leaves its mark long after the work is done. Shannon Aikau, the motorcycle magician, built bikes that were more than machines. They were moving art. His precision and calm presence inspired everyone. But in 2019, a massive heart attack nearly ended his life. The recovery was slow and painful, and stepping back from the shop was one of the hardest decisions he ever made. His fans still talk about the bikes he brought to life. Then there's the man who started it all, Danny the Count Coker. Born in Cleveland but raised in Detroit, surrounded by the sound of muscle car engines. Danny's love for cars came from his father, a Ford employee and gospel singer. From a young age, Danny dreamed of turning cars into works of art. Starting out as Count Cool Rider on local TV, his big break came when Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars introduced him to the History Channel, and Counting Cars was born in 2012. 10 seasons of pure car passion followed. But behind the scenes, Danny faced lawsuits, accusations, and even jail time. Yet through it all, his wife, Corey, stood by him, keeping the shop alive. Finally, there was Roly Scambo, the detailer whose finishing touches made every car shine. Often underestimated, he worked with pride and dedication. But by 2020, his appearances faded and his absence left a gap fans could feel. Looking back, Counting Cars was never just about metal and engines. It was about people, each with their own struggles, triumphs, and unshakable passion. Some left on their own terms, others were forced out by life's toughest battles, but every single one of them left a mark. So, which Counting Cars member do you miss the most? And which one's story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and if you love hearing the real, untold stories behind your favorite shows, hit that like button Subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin and ring the bell so you never miss another deep dive into the stars and stories you care about.